Hi everyone. I've been trying to do this video for the last I don't know how many hours, and every time I started to do it I just started bawling my fucking eyes out, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because crying is one of the most beautiful and powerful things you can do, because it cleanses the soul, the mind, body and spirit. Water is life. We are 70% of it. Washes away the pain. But every time I try to come here, I started and I couldn't find the right words. And then I just blurred on a lot. And then I felt like I was like, oh, fucking hell, Victory, what are you on about? You're talking such poo-poo. And then I thought, don't say that to yourself, darling. You've had I've basically barely slept for 48 hours. And sleep issue is a huge thing for me anyway, but when I'm triggered in those levels of CPTSD and post-traumatic stress disorder, the hypervigilance is something that really it gives you this kind of unbelievable ability to be awake, because you know that the terror of you falling asleep for half a second could possibly mean the end of your life. Like, that's how real it is for us people. And I'm sorry that you and I, because many of my followers here we're a community of survivors, aren't we? But really my main point to come here was to say, I wanted to give you a little update, because I don't want you all to be worrying. And but it's more than that. It's more that I wanted to come here and say that I learned something really, really massive last night. And I'll quickly tell you what happened in the end with the fucking shit, fucking fancy, fucky, cunty, poo-poo, l'hôpital. I'm not even going to say hospital in English, because I don't know, for some reason it feels easier to say in French. Anywho, absolute shit hole disaster. And I was there for 12 hours, and I'm going to tell you something now, and I need to say it because I need to fucking say it because it's my truth. And I'm going to give you a heads up. It's really upsetting. So press pause, come back later, or don't watch the rest of it. It's absolutely fine, my darlings. I love you regardless. I understand my stuff is hard, it's tough, it's challenging, but it's my stuff and it's my truth. And I'm not going to hold back, because this is the first time in my life that I've had the opportunity to be fucking me, and I will, regardless if it ain't pretty, or it looks ugly, or there's no makeup and the hair's fucked, and I say cunty, 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 cunty poo every fucking 2 seconds. That's me now. And it ain't gonna be for everybody, and that's absolutely fine, okay? But so I was there in hospital for 12 hours. Before we got to the 12-hour point, I don't know what point now it was like the 10-hour point. And I asked, because I had not only been self-harming before I got to the hospital, and I was suicidal. Basically, I was suicidal because I had run out of the pain medication that I had been taking, and I had started drinking again. And I'd gone into a severe withdrawal, and I had no help or support with this. So I knew it was serious, and I know, like, I'm in a place now, if I don't get the right help, like, I could quite easily be gone, because the kind of type of shit I'm mixing now, it is lethal. And anyway, so my reason for going to the fucking hospital in the first place, is Teddy High, was hello, I'm suicidal because I've gone into hardcore withdrawal. I've called the services, Turning Point, who are supposed to be helping me. Everyone's away. The 2 people that have actually said, yeah, we can, help you, we may help you, had gone. So there was no one to talk to. I rang Frank, Frank, the drug people. The woman there that I first spoke to had a go at me because I said the word shit. And then she said, and I wanted to kill her. I literally wanted to kill her. I was like, I'm suicidal. And I said the word shit. And this is the thing that you're going to go on at me about? Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then I said, look, can you please put me onto somebody? What I need is professional advice. I'm going into severe withdrawal. I'm already in it. What is going to happen to me? Because I haven't been in this type of withdrawal. Kids. Okay, why am I calling you kids? My loves. I've done withdrawal from cocaine, crack, can't even remember now because there's such a long list of it, but not this. This is different. This is like prescription painkiller crap, right? So apparently it's the equivalent to heroin. I don't know. I mean, heroin was never really, I quite liked it every now and then, but it weren't my thing just because I like to be sort of running around, and it just, I don't know, everybody's got their own choice of high. It doesn't matter what the fuck. And anyway, so I didn't, she said that there was no one available to tell me about the, to give me any advice about, what withdrawal would happen. So at that point I realised that I needed to go to call 111, and I needed to get myself into the hospital ASAP because I'd already started, I'd crossed over to the other side, and I knew, when you know. Anyway, so that was the reason for me going there. I can't remember if I explained that to you not, guys, so apologies if I'm blaring on. Anyway, it was packed. It was a Friday night. Obviously it's terrible. It's A&E. It's, the NHS is overloaded, blah 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 blah, but hello, I'm a human, I'm in need. I don't know what to say about any of it, to be honest. Well, I could, but I'm not going to get into it. And by the 10th hour, after being assessed by a psych member who recommended, hey, hi baby, Chippy, you boys say hello to the family. Look, my boys. Yeah, it's the fan bam. It's our fan bam. Look, let's hello. Oh, see, let me just come to social, love. Yeah, I know. They're very special people. Okay, bye then. She come to show her love for you. She knows you guys saved me. Anyway, long story short, it was recommended by this chap who seemed quite nice that they would refer me back over to A&E because that's where they had the right medication, apparently naloxone, where they would keep me in overnight and start me on that to help with the withdrawal. Hello, to save my life. And so I was waiting hours. I think I waited another 10 hours, and at that point I asked the nurse, please, can you ask, please, I explained to her, tried to explain the situation, and she was so dead-faced. I did something I haven't actually done in, I think, possibly 2 years, but I was trying to explain to her. I was so in a state of distress. I was so like, please, will you listen to me and take me seriously? So I started hitting myself in the face. And it was horrendous because I haven't done that to myself for a long time. It didn't make any difference to her. So I then waited another many other hours. And then in the meantime, I think I mentioned it in my previous posts, there was it's A&E, it's I mean, it's Friday night, it's madness, it's all going on, but there was a man next to me in a cubicle, and I was just in a chair, and I was in so much pain. There was no bed to lie on, nothing. And the thing is, because I was going into really bad withdrawal, I couldn't sit still, my legs were twitching, and I was spasming, and I was like fucking puking, and it was all just fucking whatever. But there was this guy next door in the cubicle, and he was only young, and he'd been stabbed in the leg by his girlfriend, and she'd broken up with him, and he was basically suicidal because he couldn't cope with the fact that she'd broken up with him. So he'd gone round there to try and claim her back, you know, and tell her how much he loved her. And I don't know all the details. There could be a whole lot of bullshit in there. But, you know, that's what happened. As much as I understood was that she stabbed him in his leg. And, of course, we women, we face violence every single day. We leave the house and we're looking at possible murder, rape, God knows what, every fucking single day. That is our life. But it does happen to men too. It does. And I knew that this young man, he was telling the truth. And it was so fucked up, people, because he was right next to me. There wasn't a wall. There was just a curtain, and I could hear him sobbing and crying. And he was saying, "Let me out, please let me out of here, let me go." And there was security everywhere. It was horrid. And they wouldn't let him go because they were... I mean, I understood it because he was obviously in a really big state of distress and he had a big wound, but it had been treated. But at the same time, I was next door feeling trapped because I wanted to get the fuck out of there, but I couldn't go either because there was no... I can't still no wheelchair. I can't walk. I had a bag with me. I thought I was in there for like a week or so. I couldn't carry nothing. I could barely stand at that point. I was fucked. Absolutely fucked. And there was no one to come and get me. And the horror of knowing that you're in a place where you are not safe, where you're under threat, where people are not listening to you, where people are not caring for your needs, is the number one thing human beings, animals, and even a single amoeba, if you put them in a dish or whatever, they will freak out. Google that shit. I can't get into it. It's the worst possible thing you can do to a human. And at one point I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't know what to do because my heartstrings were killing me, and he reminded me so much. When I took a look at him, he reminded me so much of my Samuel, and that's my ex. That's my fiance. And I still call him my Samuel, and that's okay. I'll always love him. We just can't be together. But he looks so much like him, I swear to God. And I just thought to myself, this could be my Samuel, because I don't know where he is anywhere in the world, and he could possibly really, really be dead. Truly. Because he was so disturbed. And he was so troubled, and his alcoholism was so bad. I had to let him go because otherwise I was just gonna... It would have killed me. I would have died. I can't care for people anymore in that way, right? So I'm next door. I'm trying to deal with my own shit, and then this boy is next door in the other room. And then at one point, then he was just crying and crying. He was sobbing his heart out. So I just went in there, and I just held on to his head, and I was like stroking his hair, and I just said to him, "Look, sweetheart, it's gonna be okay." And you know when you can tell someone's like a really sensitive soul, who's a really sensitive soul, he's had a hard life. I could just tell, man, it was bad. And for us sensitives, HSPs, to be living this world the way it is right now, it's fucking hard. And he was one of them. And I just don't know what I was saying, but I just said a few words and I hugged him and I stroked his hair, and then I had to get the fuck out of there because I thought, if I can't give any more to this person. I've got nothing left. I've got to save myself. But that was so fucking challenging. That was heartbreaking. But out of all this bullshit in the last fucking 48 hours, I could just stick on all the negatives and all the fucked up shit and all the, oh my God, what the fuck, I've had to come home. They discharged me, actually. The woman doctor come back. I can't remember if I've already told you that. She came back. She said, we're discharging you. We can't do anything for you. And I looked in her face and I just thought, all right, hard woman, I see you. You're looking at me. But you'll know, karma will do its thing for you. And whatever you've experienced to make you that hard, it must have been hard for you. I didn't. It was hard to bring up compassion in that moment because I wanted to fucking punch her in the face, but I didn't because that's not my ways. Although I can go get her if I want to, but that was me when I was younger. It doesn't work. Anyway, so I had to get sent home with nothing. No help. Nothing. Fuck all. So I've come home. I'm self-medicating. Whatever. I'm doing anything I can do to keep myself alive. I'm not stupid. I'm 48. I've been around the fucking block. I know what I need to do. I'll do that. On Monday, when those cunts from bloody stupid Turning Point come back, I'll be calling them and I will be making some major war. And then they will be making some major things happen. Because that's what's happening. But throughout that whole experience, and then today, and I was like feeling so broken, and I couldn't access my phone. I couldn't remember the fucking pin number. I couldn't. I was like, wow. And I'd written it down so many places, and I couldn't find it because I was so fucked in every possible way. And I needed contact. I was so alone. I was desperate. And then when I finally managed to do the things with the phone, you know, and then I log in and then I'm like, there was all these messages from you guys and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what the actual fuck is going on? There was someone from Lanzarote on their holiday. I won't name you because I don't know if that's okay, but, you know, like, if I was there, I would come there in a heartbeat and I would do blah, blah, blah. And then there were so many messages from you people. And I think for the first time in my life, I really realised that you were real. And something went inside my heart. And I realised that, yeah, you are people I've never met, and you are people on the internet, Ski, on the Instagram. But you are real. And you are friends. And there is real love there. And I wouldn't have gotten through it. I swear to God. I swear on Teddy and Mabel. Are you there? Can you see her? I don't know if you can see Mabel just there. But I would just want to thank each and every one of you for every single message you sent me. I apologise I haven't been able to respond. This is my response in general to everybody. I'm so fucked right now just to type. Like holding this phone up is just, ugh. But I could easily focus on the distress and the letdown and the failure that's happened again in my life for the 1000th millionth time. But yeah, I'm not. I'm focusing on the fact that there was all these messages coming from people I've never met in my entire life who were sending me love, who genuinely cared. And for the first time since starting my Instagram account, I actually believed it. I felt like you were real people instead of people on the screen. That hit me. That hit home. And I felt such gratitude. And I felt such love in my heart. And I just thought, my God, how grateful can I be? And it's, yes, I am in extreme distress. Yes, I've still got so much to do and sort out. But something really, really shifted. And it was everybody of you that sent me messages that shifted that in my heart. To go from a place of, you know, real darkness and yeah, hey, which is fair enough, right? To something, a place of hope and a real sense of, you know how trust is for us people. It's like you can't trust anybody. Nobody's real. They're all talking shit. Nobody means what they say. But actually, yesterday I really felt like everybody meant what they said. There's no words. There's no words to say how much I'm grateful for you. And that you honestly, all of you really got me through it. And this is gonna take me days to process and mull over, but it's something big has shifted, and I want you to know that that's you, all of you. You helped me, so I send you all the love and the kisses and there's so much gratitude. You have no idea, okay? And I'll speak to you soon.